Hi, my name is Paul. I'm the head of food here at Fuller's. Fuller's have some great beers, but I'm going to show you how great our food is. Like the quality ingredients we use in our beer, we only use the finest quality in our food. We use the best suppliers and we have a great relationship with them. This is how we get great food to you. Now I'm going to show you an elegant white chocolate and raspberry tart, which is absolutely delicious. The white chocolate and raspberry tart is done in two parts. First of all, we'll start with the pastry, and then we'll follow on with the filling. For a quick sweet pastry recipe, if you take 250 grams of plain flour and 100 grams of ice and sugar and sieve into a blender, add the butter, blend till a coarse floury mix, add your eggs, blend for a further 1 minute. Place on a cold work surface. Knead the mix all together, wrap in cling film and place in the fridge and rest for 30 minutes until you need to use. So here we have some sweet pastry that's rested in a fridge for 1 hour. You need to keep pastry pretty chilled when you roll it, otherwise it will break up and crumble. If you dust both sides of the pastry and then rub the flour in, and it's simple motions, you don't want to work the pastry too much. Any excess pastry, if you make a nice, I always say about 2 inches outside the pastry, and then you can keep all this other pastry and I'll show you a trick what to do. Now for the fun part. Take a piece of butter and just simply butter it all in. This will ensure that your pastry does not stick. I do 4 simple maneuvers. Bring the pastry to me, push it away from you, bring it over again, and bring it over. Now you take the pastry back out, but this is where you take your time. Only take the pastry to the edges of the tart. Push it into the corners. And a little chefy trick, if you take some extra pastry, roll a ball, and you just push it in. Push the pastry in. With a knife, gently cut. Cutting away from yourself, never cut with a knife to you. There we have our tart, and now you can just firm it up a little bit, make sure it's all there. I recommend putting this in the fridge for 30 minutes before you bake it. We've rested the tart, so now we're going to get it ready for blind baking. Take some cling film. You need to layer the cling film and overlap it about 2 times, I'd recommend, and then just push out all the air bubbles. Place it over the tart case. Now you need to weigh down the pastry and then just fold in the cling film. Put a layer on the top and then that's it. We're ready for blind baking. So now we've got the pastry in the oven cooking. In the meantime, we'll make the filling. So here we have some double cream, some white chocolate, some medium-sized free-range eggs, some whole milk, some fresh raspberries, an orange, nutmeg, cinnamon and fresh vanilla. So to start, we take the liquids, so we take the cream and the milk and we place them into a thick bottom pan. You place that onto the heat. Next we take the vanilla pods and we split them. Please make sure you take out all the seeds. This is where the goodness is. Next, we take a bowl and we just crack our eggs. So we need some egg yolks, so hold in your hand, and I find this the easiest way to do it. Let the egg whites roll away from you. We take a whisk, just bring all your eggs together. There we go. I'm happy with that. Now we go over to our cream. Give the cream a good mix, and this is the point you add your white chocolate. And then all you need to do is keep it moving. So now that the white chocolate's melted in the cream, we're going to pass it through a sieve. When you add your liquid that is hot to cold eggs, you need to add a little bit at a time, not to cook the eggs. Just pour a little bit and then just bring it all together bit by bit, and then continue with the rest of the mix. So now the pastry case has been blind baked and it's nice and cool. So if you sprinkle the raspberries over the tart, 2 punnets of raspberries will be enough, and spread them out nicely. I've saved a bit of the white chocolate from earlier. Cover it with white chocolate. Now we're going to pour in the custard. Little bit at a time. Don't pour it all in at once. Add a little bit and then let it all move around the tart. Encourage it around. Now for the final touches. I take 1 orange and I take a microplane. And I simply just grate some fresh zest on top. And then just a little bit of nutmeg. And then the last thing, a little dusting of cinnamon powder. Now we've topped the tart with the seasoning, we're going to put it in the oven. We've put the tart in the oven at 150 degrees. That will take about 15 minutes to 1 hour. You want to look for a gentle wobble when the tart is finished and it's cooked. That's when you want to take it out of the oven and let the tart rest. Don't put your finger in it or prod it, just let the tart rest and come to room temperature. Then it's ready to be served.